Hey guys, Jungle Fix back with another video on why you need to buy the correct cold weather equipment for yourself during hiking, for instance. Wink wink, you know. Smallest possible thing keeping you either in the fight or not. And that is a good set of combat gloves. Now, this may not apply to a lot of you that don't either live in a cold climate or you don't expect to, say, take fragmentation in the hand or something like that, but they are very important during the cold winter months. And I'll give you an example. I was out hunting a few years back up in the mountains. I didn't expect it to be very cold because we were only just getting into the fall months. However, when we went up in the mountains, it was snowing, and it was probably something like 10 degrees Fahrenheit. You know, pretty damn cold. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of wearing these very thin fingerless gloves when we went hunting. And we were only out there for maybe 2-3 hours at most, actually outside of the vehicle at that time. And by the time we got back to the vehicle, my fingers were so numb that I literally could not actually feel anything in them. Like, I could hit them, I could prod them with a little pen, nothing, no feeling. It took about 2 weeks to get full feeling actually back in my hands. They were probably on the verge of frostbite if they weren't there already, and that could have been resolved if I actually wore decent gloves for the climate, like these. These are Army issue surplus gloves. I got these for about $25. You can probably get them a little cheaper if you look online. There's not a whole lot to them in the way of anything crazy. There's no hard padding in them except on the knuckle and the palm. However, they keep your hand decently warm, so these are great unless you're going to like subarctic temperatures. And these are made of leather, not Nomex or, you know, polyester or any other material that'll easily burn if, say, you know, you get fire on you from an incendiary device of some kind, let's say, or you throw a log on the fire and your hand got a little too close to the flames and it starts burning your glove really bad. For those of you that don't know, a lot of synthetic materials are very bad with their flame resistance. They will either catch fire or smolder directly to your hand. For instance, when I was in the Marines, the reason that you weren't allowed to wear skivvies, which is this polyester stretchy t-shirt, the reason we weren't allowed to wear those on the bomb pads is because if there was some incendiary cook-off of some kind, that stretchy material would plaster itself directly into your skin like a skin graft almost immediately. And that's why we were only able to wear cotton shirts. And if you were wearing polyester stuff for whatever reason, or the stretchy kind of shirt, the skivvies, they would send you home basically. They'd tell you to go get, you know, a more appropriate attire. Next thing is layering around your torso. A lot of people think just a really heavy winter jacket and a shirt will do it, but sometimes you need something a little more durable as a second line defense against the cold weather. And that's why I really like things like this. Basically this very heavy, tight knit, waffle pattern shirts, or I guess you could even call them night sweaters. This one is made by, yeah, North 15. Yeah, I think their stuff is made in China, but as far as I can tell, it's pretty good, pretty durable, not super stretchy or anything, but that's good because we want it to be somewhat flame resistant, right? And I've worn this either as a regular shirt during the summer months or during the winter months. I'll put this on over a normal shirt, and it's just like I'm wearing a big jacket. Imagine if I had to stay at a post for 12 hours, 8 hours even, and all I had was just a big jacket on me, and that's it. You would freeze. You might even die, unless you had a campfire going, but then again, if you have a campfire going, that's its own risk, and you can easily be spotted with that. So if you're wearing appropriate layers like this, then it really helps you. Doesn't weigh too much, only adds a little bit more space on your body, but it'll definitely keep the heat in. Another option you can use if you want to go surplus is a waffle top, like this. The Army and Marines, I believe the Army at least, issue these out still. Usually they're not the waffle top design anymore, but I prefer the waffle top design because, well, I got a little bit of history with them. These are also very great for the reasons I listed with this one, but this one's colored a little more appropriately for, say, a desert environment. I spent a lot of nights just sitting outside in the desert where it's cold, just with this on. Just with this and a pair of shorts, just chilling out there, and it keeps you reasonably warm. You can usually get these at a surplus store for about $10 to $20. $10 if they're a little used like this one is, but all it had on it was a little stain. No big deal. Another thing people don't realize is the area around the neck and head loses a lot of heat. If anything, I believe it loses the most heat during the winter months when it's cold out. And that's why something like this neck gaiter keeps a lot of the heat in, right around your neck. You don't have to wear it super high to where it's like a mask or anything, but having it on you keeps a lot of the heat in. If you don't necessarily want to rock a neck gaiter, there's also things like this, which is just a big heavy shawl basically. Wrap this around your neck, even down to your torso a little bit. You can even wrap it around your head to use it as a sort of impromptu camouflage. Definitely helps keep the heat in. Make sure it's a nice heavy thick material made of more natural materials too, because you know we want that flame resistance. Alright guys, well, thank you for coming to my video. Have a good one.